Perth councils receive millions of complaints each year, and it doesn't matter where you live. New research reveals that people complain about the same hot topics, from parking to planning and barking dogs. Mark Gibson reports on the most common council gripes.
The noise, the dogs, the parks, the reserves.
Footpaths, bike paths, the foreshore.
We're a city of complainers, and councils often bear the brunt of it, from overhanging trees to parking and rubbish bins. What are the issues that make us whinge the most?
Another issue is construction noise.
Giovanni Italiano is the mayor of our biggest council, the City of Stirling, or as he likes to call it, the Department of Doing.
Our door is open at any time to answer any queries from anybody in relation to anything.
Down at East Fremantle, Mayor Jim O'Neill heads up one of our smallest councils.
People pay rates, they've got a right to take an active interest in their community, and hopefully each smells like that.
It doesn't matter where you live, it seems the complaints lines are running hot with the same issues. Just outside the top 5, noise. Different types of noise.
One of them is loud music. I mean, and that music comes from parties.
Early mornings to building, they typically come down as a concern or a query to council.
At number 5, planning approvals and disputes.
Last year, we've had approvals to the tune of $1.4 billion, and that's a lot of work that's going through the city. So one would expect that a lot of our inquiries are to do or in relation to activity.
Number 4 on the list of council complaints, trees.
There's also parks and reserves, and there might be fallen branches or broken branches that are fallen, so they call us in relation to that.
At number 3, dogs.
There have been changes to the Dog Act. You know, you just can't ring up and complain. You've got to keep a diary, etc. But all those matters are dealt with by the admin, not by elected members.
Moving on to the top 2 biggest council gripes, rubbish. That's a big one in the City of Stirling, where households will move from 1 bin to 3 from July the 1st.
I'm not looking forward to having 3 bins poked out the front of my house.
I get enough rubbish to put in 1 bin, let alone 3.
On the subject of rubbish, there are those unsightly verge collections.
I actually saw a lady stopped on Wanneroo Road, open the back of her car and dumping rubbish on the verge, which is not her verge.
People put it out too soon when it's time for the collection, for verge collections. They put it out weeks in advance.
So what's the number 1 complaint to councils across Perth? Parking. People whinge about the cost.
Before we introduced the paid parking, people could not find sufficient parking.
As well as the signs and the fines.
If they think they've got a reason, you know, that they didn't know, didn't see the sign, something, then they write to council or the administration, and that's resolved or looked at.
Councils are quick to point out parking has nothing to do with revenue raising.
We issue over 2 cautions per parking ticket. We don't generate a lot of money from parking.
Between them, councils get millions of phone calls every year. The City of Joondalup gets 500,000 alone. Stirling, 200,000. Not all are complaints, but the councils say they're here to help.
If East Mel's got to be able to justify its existence as a small council, then we need to be able to say, yeah, we'll take that matter, we take your concerns, your queries seriously, we'll act upon it.
Because this is what it's all about, is to give the service to our ratepayers, because that's what we're here for.